Yeah.
Mauricio Ruffy absolutely dismantles Rafael Fiziev. He looked incredible in that fight, and I really thought Fiziev was going to come at him with a well-rounded attack and really put it on Mauricio Santos Ruffy. What did you think of that performance, man, and kind of just landscape? It's crazy how quickly things shift. He gets absolutely dominated by BSD. Then he goes out there and he puts on a great performance and KOs a really good striker. And I feel like he literally is right back where he was before he lost to BSD.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I've always liked Fiziev. I always thought he was a really fun fighter, great striker, fun to watch. Obviously, really tough guy as well. Been in there with Gaethje twice now. But that's actually a good little point on your prospecting as well. I actually looked at prospecting on Fiziev maybe, 18 months ago, sort of around when he did his knee injury. But
Okay.
since then, he's been on a bit of a skid. Fun fighter still, and obviously, fighting some of the best at the lightweight division. But Hoofy looked good. Mauricio Ruffy looked good. No denying, as you said, came back well from that BSD loss, which is the BSD. We're going to talk about him in a second on a 4-fight win streak, looking unbeatable at the moment. But good for Hoofy to get back in the win com. I think his cards may get a little bit more interest again, where they would have fallen off a little bit after that loss, just how that fight went down. But I think there's still some fun fights for even both of these guys. I think Fiziev is going to get a chance to sort of keep pushing on. But yeah, Hoofy looked good, man. He looked very good.
Yep, and we got, whenever we talk about these guys, we got to look at their pricing real quick, and then me and Damian kind of chose what our favorite card that they have is, and we'll talk about it and show you guys. But I was very surprised on some of this pricing, man. Now, granted, there hasn't been like any really big 101 nukes sold yet, but we have this royalty. I think this is a slick card too. To me, this gold and all the shininess of it with the marbling in the back, I think that looks pretty good. But we're talking 737. I was expecting to see him have a few cards that were up around or over $1,000. So kind of interesting to note that for whatever reason, and MR, come on, MR, that's all you can give us on the auto, dude. That's kind of weak on that.
Yeah, that is weak.
And then we got some different cards. This is actually interesting. Fighting Nerds Triple. This is a custom card. One of his biggest sales that he has at 300. Both me and Damian, we both chose this card. That's hilarious. And this is a really nice card. Event used Matt Relic. This was like knockout of the year, right? Wasn't it like a knockout of the year contender, or it won that?
Yeah, I think it did win it. But it definitely was in the contention. But yeah, his only specific relic he has, and that's why. And not only is this a sick image, it's obviously, Zach and I love the verticals, but you can't hate on this card being horizontal. And it is literally his only specific relic. So I think that makes this card even cooler.
And it could be his only event used Matt Relic for a long time. We do not see those a lot, Damian. You know that. If you guys have followed the channel a lot, we've talked about it multiple times. You know that as well. They don't do that very often. So this is definitely a special card. And like Damian's saying, I mean, absolutely. And we saw King Green come out and absolutely starch Zell Huber. So this win for Ruffy actually aged really well. But yeah, crazy spinning heel kick right on King Green. He folds like a chair. Really nice card there for Mauricio Santos. And Damian brought it up. We had BSD come and fight and absolutely kill your boy. Is he from New Zealand or Australia? It's New Zealand, right? Dan Hooker?
New Zealand, Dan Hooker, yeah.
Really put it on him, and there for a second Dan Hooker had a little success, and he's always a psycho crazy, man. So I was like, is he gonna pull off the upset? But then BSD puts him down. The ref in that fight, I was yelling at the TV. BSD landed like 30 unanswered shots. It was crazy, man. Now Dan was able to block and absorb or get out of the way of some of them, but he was landing some bombs on Dan Hooker, and I was like, stop the fight, this is over. But yeah, we have Benoit Saint-Denis. He's back at it again, dude. And we had one of those where, just kind of like Ruffy, he loses to DP. He's kind of, everybody's down on him, and now he's back up at the top of the world. What are your thoughts on Ruffy just as a prospect and as on his cards as a whole?
Oh, BSD.
Yeah, sorry.
We all know I'm not a fan of BSD. Snubbed me at UFC. Wouldn't give me the time of day for an autograph. But yeah, his cards as a whole, I think he's just one of those middle-aged guys. I don't think even if he was pushing towards a title, he's got that buzz about him. I'm sure he does in France. I'm sure if you're there actually were, I did notice at that event, which was 2 years ago now, that there was a lot of people, or not a lot of people, a good amount of people that seemed to have travelled to watch him fight. So he does have obviously a strong fan base back in France, but cards wise, it's not one that I would see or would want to see be putting money into in terms of, you know, having them move or having them increase in value.
Okay, but crystal ball, best case scenario, I could see where BSD is like Justin Gaethje light. He's like a Dustin Poirier light, where he goes out there, he's a BMF guy, man. Like, now, is he going to continue to win long enough to really, you know, put himself up there with those guys? I don't necessarily think so, but like best case scenario, he is going to put on very exciting fights, and I could see him kind of being a fan favorite. Now, will he ever get to the top? Will he be remembered long term? Probably not, but I do enjoy watching him fight, and I do think he's going to put on some really good, entertaining performances here in the future.
Yeah, well, his last 4 wins, 4 finishes. So, yeah, he, as you said, he goes in there. He's a savage. He fights, and he gets the job done. So that's what fans want to see in the UFC. So he's doing that at the moment. There are some fun fights for like lightweight. There are always fun fights for any lightweight fighter. That division is so full of very, very skilled guys and guys who are just absolute, as we talked about, and Dan Hooker's one of them, just guys who just do not care and just want to fight. So, you know, I think BSD, who he fights next, do we see him against someone like Arman? I don't know. Does Arman actually get a title shot for a change? Does Arman fight this wrestling guy? I don't know what's going on with
Yeah, he's fighting over at the RAF.
But yeah, maybe he gets put in with a Chandler or something. That could be a fun fight for him to absolutely smash Chandler. Yeah, there's definitely some fun fights for BSD coming up for sure.
And I would be remiss to not mention this, Damian. The fight with Dustin Poirier, I went back. We have Paramount Plus, shameless Paramount. They need to sponsor your boy. I keep gassing them up so much. But I went back and I watched the Dustin Poirier and Benoit Saint-Denis fight. Benoit Saint-Denis fought really well in that, man. Honestly, it felt like he was getting the better of DP until Dustin landed a beautiful shot. A beautiful shot and stuck him. But like, for whatever reason, I forgot how close that fight was. And rewatching that, I was like, in an alternate universe, he wins that fight, and who knows where he's at if he does win that fight. But a very interesting guy. Let's talk about some cards. This was your pick, and whenever you sent this, I was like, this had to have been the face that he hit you with whenever you asked for an autograph. He hit you with that face, right, when you asked for an autograph?
I believe his frown was a little bit bigger when I saw it. But yeah, I actually had never seen this card before researching Benoit Saint-Denis cards, and something stuck out to me, like this power packed card. It's almost a little bit with that, you know, beam team refraction geometric thing going on the back. Very, very small auto, but it's still a very cool card. I like this one actually. So I'm going to check this one out more, see what other fighters have this card.
Yeah, this was a funny one because, Damian, whenever I did the sneak peek, you know, on Stadium Club, they gave us one of these, and people hated this card so much, man. But I'm with you. I think they're fun. To me, it just reminds me of like being a kid. It reminds me of being a kid with the shitty lettering and the green, purple, and pink. You know, it's just to me, it's kind of a fun card, and that's basically what Stadium Club is in a nutshell, with all of their different short prints and the beam team and whatnot. But yeah. I like this one, so I was glad that you picked it. And I thought you were gonna say that I honestly thought you were gonna hate on BSD in this part of this segment because he snubbed you and just rip on him for how his face is in that photo. Surprisingly, man, BSD actually has been in some really nice cards. When I was looking up, there was 3 or 4 different ones. I was like, these are actually really nice cards. He's been in some cool inserts. He has a lot of good vertical images. And this is one that I really like the image. It looks like he's throwing a nice body shot or something here, hands tucked in tight. The Intimidators is a really interesting design to me. Again, harkening back to like the older designs of you know, 90s and whatnot in the different inserts. And it's a super, man. How can you not love the supers? So I think this, if I was a BSD guy, I think this would be one that I would probably be on my radar.
Yeah, for sure. I did see that one too. When I saw it in the red parallel, and with the blue tape, the red parallel, something irked me as a
Yeah,
as an autistic person. So
yeah, you're a color match always, dude. It's got to be color match.